Hello, and welcome back to Too Many Books. My name is Sean, and today we have a broken binding unboxing. This, my friends, is Ascendant by Michael R. Miller, the first title in the Songs of Chaos series, featuring a dragon rider and his blind dragon, which sounds very intriguing. This was published from the Broken Binding as part of their Indie Endless series. So if you're not familiar, Indie Endless doesn't have a limitation, hence the name. Not only does it not have a limitation, but it will continue to go through more and more printings. Like this, this one is a second printing. I had hoped for a first printing, but I didn't buy it. I could have easily bought a first printing when it was first available. But I was like, it's endless. I'll buy it at some point. And then just this past week, a couple weeks ago now, by the time it's actually arrived, a couple weeks ago, the Broken Binding kind of went hog wild on relisting old titles on their site, and they relisted a first printing of this, and I was like, well, I guess I'm going to buy a first printing. So I bought it, and then they contacted me and said, hey, just kidding, that's not actually first printing, it's a second printing, is that all right? And yeah, it's all right. It's, I was going to buy it at some point anyways. Being endless, it kind of goes down on the priority list, but I want to fully support their Indie Endless line whenever I can, because not only is it helping small independent authors get beautiful hardcover editions, but the actual production value is nicer than your typical Broken Binding title. It's not quite up to the level of their TBB press, but it is nicer than their regular editions. So I believe this is just the trade artwork here. Is Michael R. Miller. Ascendant, Songs of Chaos, Book 1. There, my friends, is a blind dragon. But it has, the sprayed edges, as one can expect. Heavier stock paper. It does have a sewn binding. Ooh, nice full-color cartography. Nice little map on the end papers here. Being that it is in the Endless, there is no limitation number, but it is signed by Michael R. Miller. It is designated second printing here, so you'd have to go spend extra money if you wanted a first printing copy. Or you can just buy it early, when the title's there. And, look at all those chapters. All these tiny little chapters. They are really tiny little chapters, 62 of them, plus an afterword, over the course of 530 pages. And I don't know if this from the author is... I don't know if this is necessarily in all editions. I imagine it is from the look of it. It's more just welcoming the readers. I didn't know if it was like an exclusive thing for the Broken Binding one. I don't believe this has any interior artwork. I don't think it's that fancy. But it does have upgraded paper. Oh, whoa. Hold the phone. It does have interior artwork. I am crazy. A little black and white interior artwork. Who did the artwork in this? Interior illustrations are by Sutthiwat Dechakamphu. Probably butchered the hell out of that name. Cover illustrations by Yigit Koroglu. Probably butchered that name too. That's the trade cover. The interior artwork would appear, must be exclusive to this Broken Binding edition. Unless maybe he has in the trade edition. I don't know. But I don't know how many titles are supposed to be in this series. I know the fourth one is due to come out this year. But that is through the regular trade releases, which, if you got to have it in your hands, you got to read it right now. The trade release is the way to go. Personally, I think I'm going to wait for a nice little hardcover edition from the Broken Binding. I would hope that they continue to do his titles. The first printing is already sold out, so that is a good sign that it is selling pretty well. This is actually only the second author that has been covered by their Indie Endless line. The first was Philip Quaintrell, who has 3 titles. He has 2 novels, and I believe a novella. I believe there's a novella that's also through Indie Endless. And then, of course, there is Miller here. I was trying to see if I had read any Miller, because I'm like, wow, Michael R. Miller sounds so familiar. And I'm like, I swear to God, Michael R. Miller had a short story in The King Must Fall that I absolutely loved. Well, I hate to say that when I went back, that was Michael R. Fletcher, Easy mistake, Michael R. They both are Michael R. But Fletcher as opposed to Miller. But hey, if Michael R, the magic is in your first name, middle initial, that's a good sign. So I'm thinking I'll like it. It's actually gotten really solid reviews. Like the Goodreads rating is over 4 out of 5. As they go along with the series, the reviews actually increase, which is typically what happens with series in general. I hate to say it, but fewer and fewer people are going to continue the series with sequels about any series, and the ones who are more likely to continue the series are the ones who are big fans. So you're going to kind of weed out some of those more middling reviews. Afterward, please review. Once I've read this, I will gladly review. I will actually do a full book review on this channel here. But anyways, copies of Indie Endless's Ascendant by Michael R. Miller are currently available over on The Broken Binding, thebrokenbindingsub.com, and they should theoretically be available perpetually for all of time until The Broken Binding is no more, or until their contract is up. But I would whichever comes first, we'll see. But anyways, it sounds like an interesting concept. As I didn't really dive into the book itself, because I haven't read the book itself, but the concept that I have read is that a young boy, young man, I don't know if he's actually a boy, Holt Cook, never meant to be a dragon rider, but he discovers a egg housing a blind dragon, and he kind of takes it upon himself to raise and nurture this blind dragon and train this blind dragon. And being a fantasy series, I imagine that some sort of danger or evil is going to put the land in jeopardy, and it is up to Holt and his blind dragon to save the day. I'm not saying that sarcastically. It's just a trope that happens all the time in fantasy, and you know what? I am here for it. I thoroughly enjoy that. The plot definitely helps. If you could have an original plot, that is one thing. You can never always completely branch away from all the tropes. Tropes are there for a reason. People build upon the tropes. It's how you take those building blocks and use them to create the larger world and larger story that really matters. So, based on the reviews, I'm highly hopeful that Michael R. Miller has achieved that and has managed to make memorable characters and a wonderful world with apparently a little bit of magic in it as well. And I'm looking forward to diving in. So copies of this Indie Endless title are still available currently right now in the second printing from The Broken Binding. Link in the description below. Once I have read Ascendant, I will do a full book review on this channel. Be sure to subscribe to this channel. I do at least one book review a week, book comparison videos, and plenty of unboxing videos in between here and there. So plenty to hold you over. So thank you again for watching. Check out Michael R. Miller. Check out The Broken Binding, and we'll see you around next time.